All right, today in math, we're going to talk about measuring length. So we're starting our new unit in math. Let's warm up our brains first so you can have your whiteboard ready, and I want you to try this problem. It's a number story, and you can show your work, you can draw a picture, you can use a part total, or a change to more or less diagram. Whichever works best for you to solve the problem. My cat has 4 paws and my dog has 4 paws. How many paws are there in all? So if you're going to show your work, I'm going to go ahead and draw a picture. So remember, I just like to use a shape because those are nice and fast to draw. So my cat had 4 paws, 1, 2, 3, 4. And my dog has 4 paws. 1, 2, 3, 4. So all together, looks like they have 8. And then you should have your number model is 4 plus 4 equals 8. We'll do one more warm-up. A carton has 6 eggs in one row and 6 in the other row. How many eggs are there in total? So go ahead and figure out, draw the picture however you want to figure it. I think this time I'm going to do the change diagram. Again, that doesn't mean you have to do it this way. So I started with 6 in one row. I added 6 in the other row. So my ending number is 12. 6 plus 6 equals 12. Just be careful, boys and girls. You guys are doing really good at adding and subtracting. The one thing I am noticing, though, is some backwards numbers. So be very careful about those backwards numbers. Now I'm going to go ahead and write the unit on here too. So my unit would be eggs. All right, so for our math today, boys and girls, I just want to know which one is bigger. Now, to me, this is an interesting question. I'm guessing some of you said this one's bigger because I notice it's taller. But if I look at this one is wider this way. So it depends on which way we're measuring. If we're measuring up and down, this one's bigger. But if we're going from side to side, this tree is bigger. So we need a little bit more information to really know which tree is bigger. Here's what you're going to do today. There are 3 math journal pages, but I don't think they're going to take you very long. So you can write today's date. So it is the 8th of December. So you'll go ahead and write the date on yours. Okay. And it says write or draw things that are a bit shorter than your paper. Okay. So I want you to think of at least 3 things that are shorter than your paper. So if I have my paper, like for example, I know that my pencil happens to be shorter than my paper. So that would be one thing I could draw or write. You need to have 3 things. Then write or draw things that are a bit longer than your paper. Okay, and again, I want you to think of at least 3 things. You can think of more than 3 things, but I would like at least 3 things. And then it asks, are the things in the top box, so the things up here, are they longer or shorter than the things in the bottom box? So you have to say if they're longer or shorter, and then you can let somebody know at home, how do you know? Okay, so that's the first page. That one's kind of fun. I don't think that one will take you very long at all. on the second page, just more number grid practice. And you guys are doing a good job on this. The one thing I want to remind you is when we're counting on a number grid, you don't count the number that you start on. So let's look at number 1. It says start at 38, count back 4. Where do you land? So here's my 38, okay? So I'm going to pretend that's my finger there. Now I don't count that one, okay? I start counting on my very first hop. So I'm going to go back 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I land on 34. So I would write 34 on this top one, okay? A lot of you are super close, and when you're off, it's usually just by 1, and it's because you're counting that first, the one that you put your finger on at the beginning. So don't count that one, okay? So you'll do those 6 problems. And then on the last one here, just math boxes. So it says use your number grid, start at 8, count up, blank hops, and you end at 12. So you have to figure out 8 plus what number equals 12. You'll fill in the bubble. Same thing here. You're going to draw the missing dots to fill in the number sentence. So what number plus 4 equals 10? You'll draw the dots. Here is make sums of 10 pennies. Now we haven't done this for a little while. So as a reminder, 9 plus 1 equals 10. 4 plus some number, you have to figure out what number will equal 10. What number plus 5 equals 10? And then down here, you get to make up your own, but it can't be using the numbers that we already used. So you don't have to write anything in this empty space. That's what often confuses boys and girls. You're just filling in the missing numbers, and then this last 2, you're making up your own 2 numbers that would add up to equal 10. And then the last one, it says Mona has 6 cups of flour. She uses 4 cups of flour to make bread. She uses the rest to make waffles. How many cups of flour does Mona use to make waffles? It says 6 minus 4 equals blank. And then it wants to know, can you count up to find the answer? And if so, how? And then as an optional activity is the home link. So this will be on a separate activity on Seesaw, but it will be optional. This is just more about the length. So you can list 3 things at home that are longer than string. You're just going to find a piece of string, and that's what you're going to use to measure. List 3 things at home that are shorter. And then is there anything listed for problem 1 shorter than anything listed for problem 2? And then fill in the missing dots. So that will be your optional page. So hopefully you'll have some fun and go ahead and go get your math done. I would like you to do it in your math journal and take a picture of your work. For my couple of friends that don't have their math journal, you may do it on Seesaw.